Wrestling. Wrestling, wrestling, wrestling. Go. Go.
How'd you feel about Crown Jewel?
Ah! Can you say it with some more excitement?
No.
Try again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Nope. I already asked the question.
Well, all right. So Crown Jewel. Hello, everybody. Here we are again. We're going to start the show off with...
Crown Jewel.
How'd you feel about Crown Jewel?
It was okay.
Yeah. Oh, it was long, man.
Yeah.
It was so long. It just felt like it went on forever. Now, we watched it a little on tape delay.
Yeah.
It started at what?
Like 6 o'clock-ish.
Yeah, we started Friday evening.
Yeah.
And then, man, it already feels like it was forever ago. Not a lot of big events happened. We have a new Universal Champion. How do you feel about that?
I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
I think that they should have just put it on Braun and just gone with that. I mean, I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me to have it on Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah. The Braun is very strange now. I guess he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to follow now. Good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy. It goes back and forth so much.
Right.
And good guys don't really mean anything anymore, and bad guys don't really mean anything anymore. And I think that's part of why, like, my passion for watching wrestling is not the same as it once was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Like, I always liked bad guys, but I wanted bad guys to be bad guys, and that's not really what happens anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they've really sort of kayfabed us on the Brock Lesnar situation, his contract, and is he going to be around? I don't mind him being the champion if he's going to be here. Mm-hmm. Like, if he's just winning the title and then leaving in January, like, I don't want that or like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Lesnar guy. I like watching his matches. I just wish that he was around more often. I don't think it's fair. And it's a problem across the board. And I know we've talked about it a little bit before, but it feels like they're still jamming the older talent down our throat and not giving opportunities to guys to be the next guy, the big main event. Like when Brock Lesnar came in, like he was instantly elevated 15 years ago to be a main event level guy, like instantly, and like was winning the title and like was, you know, and like it felt like they were headed that way with Braun Strowman, but now it feels like they've cut the legs out from under him. Right. And I mean, how is he ever going to be the next level guy when he's not given the opportunity? Let's hand him the ball and see what he does with it. And maybe he'll fail. Maybe he won't be the next big star in the business. Maybe he won't be the next John Cena. But how are we ever going to find out if he's
you
winning?
Don't give him a try.
He's only winning half of his matches. I mean, it's just a crazy concept. If that, and he loses the big one all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like they did the same thing with the guy Follow the Buzzards. What's his name? I mean, that's how unimportant he is now. I can't remember his name. Bray Wyatt. Like, it seemed like there was something special and magical about that character.
Yeah.
And it's like an afterthought. I mean, is he injured right now? I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to redo his story since the Matt Hardy thing. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the business model that's going on. And I don't want to be that fan, but I just don't understand what they're trying to accomplish at this point with these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Rey Mysterio's back, and I like Rey Mysterio. It's not a bad thing. But, like, now he's beating everybody. Right. I mean, this Almost guy is special. I mean, he's an extraordinary athlete. And there he is doing a clean job to Rey Mysterio on SmackDown. Right. It was a good match, but, you know, if they're trying to say wins and losses don't matter, it's not realistic. Mm-hmm. If you lose too much, people stop caring about you, no matter how good your matches are. Right. I mean, you get the once-in-a-lifetime Daniel Bryan, that it upsets people to the point where there's like a full-blown revolution. But that's once in a lifetime. I mean, the same thing happened to Zack Ryder. You know, he got himself over, and then they just kept losing, and people lost interest. Right. The Perfect 10, same thing. That people got excited about him. He kept losing, people lost interest. Shinsuke Nakamura, same thing. People were interested, he kept losing, people stopped caring. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand the business model. I don't understand the writing, and I don't understand the business model that's happening. 15, 20 years ago, if a guy would have found a way to get over on his own, the company would have got behind him. Mm-hmm. Great examples. Stone Cold Steve Austin. He got over 100% on his own. He was given a garbage gimmick when he came in, was an afterthought, got over on his own, and the company got behind him. Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind, whatever you want to call him, same thing. Was not brought in to be a top guy. Mm-hmm. Found a way to get over on his own. Company got behind him. Mm-hmm. That doesn't seem to happen anymore. A guy gets over on his own. A girl gets over on his own. They do not get behind him. And I'm telling you right now, mark my words, the same thing is going to happen to Becky Lynch. It happened to Carmella. She got over sort of on her own with her great promos and her mannerisms. And now, where is she? Lost.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think it's really happened to the women as much, like that they've been getting over on their own, and I think it's been fine. But I do agree that like the men.
You don't think that Bayley has?
I think Bayley has fallen, but I think that
Asuka.
I guess I don't know. I don't.
Sasha Banks.
I think that they're still pushing these girls. I don't think that they're really falling.
Doesn't feel like it to me. It's either Ronda or Flair, and other than that, it doesn't seem to matter. I mark my words, Becky will not be the champion at WrestleMania and will not be fighting for the title at WrestleMania. Mark my words. What is today? Today is November 7th, maybe?
Maybe.
Look back on this in 5 months, and I'm telling you right now, Becky will not be the champion and will not be fighting for the title. It's just not going to happen. She's the most over woman on the show, maybe the most over character in all of wrestling right now. And she will not be fighting for the title at WrestleMania. I just don't think they will do it. So we're going to find out, I guess. So anyway, back to Crown Jewel. I sort of went off on a very angry tirade about the state of wrestling right now. But I don't know. The main event was fine. I mean, Shawn was Shawn. The match was better than I expected. Kudos to Triple H for fighting through. I mean, if you saw the pictures where he's all sort of bruised up with a torn pec, he battled through that match, which you would expect to. I think that's ingrained into you if you want to be in wrestling, that you've finished what you started.
I mean, we saw it a couple of weeks ago with Liv Morgan. Like, she got back in the match after suffering that awful kick from Brie Mode.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of ingrained into you whenever you get into wrestling.
You don't see that in other sporting events. Like, people are taken out whenever stuff like that happens.
I think football, guys get taken out. They want to come back in. I don't know. I think athletes in general want to come back in. Maybe not in soccer.
But they're not allowed to go back in,
right, right. That's the difference.
Like, in wrestling, you have to go back in and you have to finish.
Right.
Most of the time, you have to finish. They don't just call the match.
Right. Could you imagine you're playing football, you tear your pec, and then they're like, we need you to finish this, man.
Yeah.
You got the rest. We got 2 more quarters to go. We got to get through this. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I see your point there. Guys, it depends on what the injury level is. Guys and girls that play sports want to go back in if they can, but something like that, a torn pec, people are not. What do you think of the match itself, the tag team match?
I thought it was okay. It felt slow, like the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that it's time to be done.
Well, I think you look for something different in wrestling than I do. You want 1,000-mile-an-hour, like spot. For me, I like a good story. I thought they told a good story. I thought it was an interesting choice of having Shawn and Triple H win the match. Mm-hmm. I don't know if maybe we're getting to that Shawn Michaels and Undertaker WrestleMania match.
That's what I've heard.
But they didn't do anything about it on Raw this week.
Right. I've also heard that since the Triple H accident happened, that they're just going to pull the plug on the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, you have the inside track, apparently. I don't know what's going on. On to maybe a little bit of Survivor Series talk, just a few weeks away now. Historically, it's one of the big 4 that they call WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. You have much interest in Survivor Series coming up?
I think it would be okay. I think it would be a good show.
Yeah, I like it. I think one of the marquee matchups that a lot of people are going to be interested in is the Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch match. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
I completely agree that I think Ronda Rousey is going to get buried in this match, that people are going to turn on her.
Yeah.
I think the promo she cut on Monday was okay, but she went after Becky's way of living, and I didn't care for that. And Becky's back to her last night. I thought that was a great promo. Becky's like, this is how I got to be where I'm at. Don't trash talk how I got here.
Yeah, I wasn't handed things like you were. But I don't know. I don't really think Ronda was handed anything. I mean, she was a big star that came over to wrestling. We've had this conversation before on this, where she could have just went to Hollywood,
right,
and been a movie star, or she could have stayed with the UFC and just been a commentator or an analyst. But she wanted to be involved in wrestling. It probably took a financial hit by wanting to be part of wrestling. So, I mean, I'm glad to have Ronda as part of this community of wrestling. Now, I don't see how. I'm really curious to see how this one plays out, because it's a bad. No matter who loses this, it's a bad look.
Yeah.
Because Becky is the number one woman in wrestling right now, in my opinion, and Ronda is sort of the chosen one. If Ronda wins, the crowd is. I mean, you're losing Ronda Rousey. If Becky wins, in a lot of ways, you're losing Ronda Rousey.
Right.
Becky's going to win this no matter what for the crowd. Ronda's going to lose the crowd in some ways no matter what.
What about a double countout?
I just don't think they'll do it. I mean, maybe. The crowd's going to turn on that too. They're not going to like a finish. So I don't like this match. This is I'm curious to see everything but the finish. But I don't. It does no favors as far as long-term booking. My smart money to me is on Ronda winning this match, but it's a bad look for Ronda. I don't know how they bring it back from here, and maybe they don't care. It doesn't seem like they care if people cheer or boo for people anymore. Here's this garbage salad. This is the only salad available. Eat this salad. And that's what we're getting now. So, are you looking forward to the match in particular?
The Becky Lynch I think it would be a good match.
What about?
I'm looking forward Becky Lynch's stuff. I think Becky Lynch will pull a good match out of Ronda. Okay.
What about another match? If we saw it last year at Survivor Series, now we're going to see it again this year. AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar.
I don't care about this match.
At all.
At all. I like the promo that AJ cut on Brock Lesnar last night, but I mean...
I see that, again, this is another match where I see there's no way AJ Styles beats Brock Lesnar. I just cannot buy it. They should. AJ Styles should pin him clean as a whistle. I think it helps AJ for the rest of his WWE career. It takes him from the best wrestler in the company, the top wrestler in the company, to being a star.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to create. That's what you want to build as stars. And, I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why Lesnar won. If Lesnar loses at Survivor Series to AJ and then loses at the Royal Rumble after that to Braun, then him winning at Crown Royal makes sense. Crown Royal, that's a drink. Yeah. Crown Jewel, then it makes sense. Otherwise, if he goes on and beats AJ and then beats someone else, I can't buy. I don't understand. I don't understand what they're trying to accomplish. So I'm looking forward. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this match because I thought their match last year was dynamic. I just hope they do the right thing, but I don't have any faith in them doing the right thing at this point. Last thing we're going to cover is from SmackDown last night. The way they built the team that's being built, the SmackDown team, the Raw team being built, didn't do much for me. It wasn't that interesting. The SmackDown team being built was well done. The ending with The Miz and Samoa Joe and Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan all in the ring, and Daniel Bryan sort of all leaving them all laying. I liked it a lot. Did you like it?
I did like it. I liked the whole Miz and Daniel Bryan stuff throughout the night. I thought that was really good. I thought that it was kind of dumb that whenever Miz came out and was like, I want to be captain, and then they became co-captains. I thought that was dumb. But throughout the night, them doing that little bit of seeing eye to eye and like this is weird. Like that stuff was fun. I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that they should do more stuff like that. Like a couple weeks ago when they were doing it with the Shield, like they told a story throughout the night. Like I don't know why they don't do that. Like just
they used to all the time, and it was great. I liked it too. I think that there was something I thought on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. But I know what it was. I remember I said, months ago now, that I don't believe that they'll be able to tell this Miz and Daniel Bryan story to get us all the way to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Whew, I could be wrong, man. They're getting closer.
Yeah.
I mean, every month we're getting closer. We're only 5 months from WrestleMania, so I don't know. I think maybe we're going to get this match at WrestleMania. Now we're not going to maybe get it in the main event for the WWE Championship like I hoped.
Right.
But I think we're getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I liked it too. I thought Raw was very flat. Did little for me. I like. I mean, the main event was Kurt Angle and Drew McIntyre. Do you have any thoughts on that match?
I know while I was sitting there, I was like, Kurt Angle's going to win this. Kurt Angle's going to win this. I was happily surprised that Kurt Angle didn't win. Not that I don't like Kurt Angle, but like you said earlier, I'm tired of these old guys coming in and winning over the young guys. Like, that's just stupid to me.
I agree. Yep, I agree. I think that you old guys can beat lower level guys, lower card guys.
Right.
Just to get them ready to put over the main event guys.
Right.
I think that part of it's fine. But if there's a guy that has a ton of potential, almost like I talked about earlier, I don't know. I just don't like them guys doing jobs for guys that are on their last leg. And I love Rey Mysterio. To me, unquestionably the greatest high flyer ever in wrestling. Kurt Angle, same thing. Unquestionably one of the most gifted performers ever in the history of wrestling. Mm-hmm. But it's somebody else's turn.
Right.
Let's give these young guys the ball and see what happens. Mm-hmm. That's easy to say. When you're an old guy, you want to hold on to your spot forever.
Right.
But, it's the reality of business. You've got to make way for young talent at some point. Every sport does it.
Right.
Wrestling does it least good of any sport. So, well, I think that's all we wanted to cover today. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we wrapped it up?
Nope.
All right, good job, man. Hey, we're doing the Too Sweet. We talked about this earlier today. We're doing the Too Sweet today.
No.
Are you saying I made this up just now on the spot that we weren't going to do the Too Sweet?
Yes, you made it up.
Too Sweet!